October 21st, 2025. A Russian soldier was spotted by the Ukrainian-Hungarian Birds drone attack unit. The Russian soldier, caught alone on the road by the drone, began running to escape it, but there was nowhere to hide. The Russian soldier couldn't escape being targeted by the drone. The next target of the FPV drone was Russian soldiers on motorcycles. The soldier, unable to spot the drone approaching from behind, didn't even have a chance to flee. The Russian soldier, who failed to notice the FPV drone lying in wait on the road, became the drone's target. He fired at the drone but failed to hit it. 3 Russian soldiers, spotted in different parts of the Luhansk region, were also targeted by FPV drones. Although they tried to escape, none of them managed to get away. Again, they were all alone. In the Kursk region, an FPV drone searching for Russian soldiers in the forest spotted a Russian soldier hiding behind a tree. Despite all his efforts to conceal himself, the Russian soldier was unable to escape the drone and became its target. A Russian military vehicle transporting ammunition to the front line in the Donetsk region was hit by an FPV drone. Although the soldier inside managed to get out of the vehicle and escape at the last moment, the vehicle was disabled by the drones. 2 Russian soldiers were spotted by Ukrainian reconnaissance drones in the Bakhmut region, and an FPV drone attack on the soldiers began immediately. The Russian soldiers who saw the drones fired at them and tried to shoot them down, but they were unsuccessful. There was nowhere to hide in such open terrain. This time, the Russian soldier targeted by the drone continued to fiddle with his phone even though he saw the drone coming. A group of Russian soldiers were spotted entering an underground shelter they had built. A high-explosive kamikaze drone was sent to the soldier whose position had been detected. You can support us by liking and commenting on the video. The Russian soldier on top of the tank tried to shoot down the drone rapidly approaching him, but failed. Even though the Russian soldier swam across the river, he couldn't escape the drones. A fiber optic FPV drone belonging to Ukrainian forces infiltrated Russian positions and targeted a Russian soldier on guard duty in the forest. The soldier tried to escape but failed. An FPV drone operator entered a ruin and targeted 2 Russian soldiers hiding inside. The soldiers trapped in the enclosed area fired at the drone, but it did no good. The soldiers were unable to escape. A fiber optic drone belonging to Ukrainian forces detected the location where Russian soldiers were hiding. Multiple military communication antennas belonging to Russian soldiers in the same area were destroyed and rendered inoperable. Russian soldiers are experiencing major logistical and communication difficulties at the front. Here too, they left their weapons in an open area and they were destroyed by an FPV drone. A fast-moving Ukrainian FPV drone struck a Russian soldier attempting to hide among the grass. If you look closely, you can see the Russian soldier sleeping under the tree. The drone pilot launches a surprise attack on the sleeping Russian soldier. The soldier, panicking and unsure of what to do, becomes the drone's target. The drone attack unit, known as the Ukrainian Falcons, targeted Russian infantry in the Andriivka region. Russian soldiers, wandering around alone, were helplessly attacked by the drones. Here the Russian soldier throws his radio at the drone in his final moments, but all his efforts were not enough to save him. Another Russian soldier targeted by the drone. A Russian soldier advancing alone in open terrain became the target of drones belonging to Ukraine's 3rd Assault Battalion. The soldier, who was followed by the drones for a while, continued to advance aimlessly across the terrain. Shortly thereafter, an attack drone was sent rapidly toward the soldier. At the last moment, the soldier noticed the drone approaching him at high speed and fired at it, but failed to shoot it down. The Russian soldier, hiding among the bushes, suddenly found himself face to face with an FPV drone. He couldn't escape. A soldier resting under a tree is unexpectedly attacked. The target is again a Russian soldier on a motorcycle. Even if he notices the drone, it's too late now. Russian soldiers were caught by unmanned aerial vehicles while laying mines. The panicked soldier fell to the ground and the drone targeted the mine directly. A large explosion occurred along with the mine. This footage from the Donetsk front shows Russian soldiers moving through open fields, often alone or in small groups with no cover. They appear tired, struggling to keep up, when Ukrainian FPV drones strike. These first-person view drones, guided from miles away, hit with precision. It's not just one strike, it's a strategy reshaping the battlefield. Most of these troops have no cover, no coordination, and no warning. They run, hide, fire blindly, but it doesn't matter. The drones are faster, more precise, and always above them. Each failed escape ends the same way. Another soldier lost in open terrain. We are waiting for your comments and likes, dear viewers. This provides us with tremendous moral support. A FPV drone belonging to Ukraine's 414th Rifle Battalion scans an abandoned building in the Donetsk region. At first glance, the building appears to be empty, but a drone ramp is spotted. It is understood that this is the position of Russian drone operators. The FPV drone carefully maneuvers and strikes the drone ramp. Then, another drone is sent for a second attack. Another drone ramp is detected in a different corner of the building and is also destroyed. The Ukrainian 63rd Mechanized Infantry Battalion targeted Russian soldiers in the Donetsk region with FPV drones and kamikaze drones. Russian soldiers spread across hundreds of kilometers became easy targets for the drones. All attempts by soldiers to escape the drones were futile. Russian forces are deploying countless soldiers along the front line to the most active areas of the war in an uncontrolled manner. But these soldiers are nothing more than easy targets for the drones. This isn't just tactical dominance, it's a stark illustration of Russia's chaotic strategy, flooding the hottest zones with waves of troops in a disorganized rush, only to watch them become drone fodder. These losses are piling up, eroding morale and stretching Russian resources thin. Could this be the breaking point in Donetsk? Affordable and agile FPV drones, often modified by volunteers, are rendering billions of dollars worth of Russian hardware and manpower ineffective. 2 Russian soldiers conducting reconnaissance in the Donetsk region were unaware they were being tracked by Ukrainian forces. A high explosive drone was sent toward the soldiers as they entered an abandoned building. The drone flew directly into the soldiers' location and exploded. One of the Russian soldiers survived the attack but was unable to escape a second drone strike. This time, the footage shows a Russian soldier spotted among the ruins in the Andriivka area. When the soldier sees the drone following him, he waves and continues walking around as if nothing happened. Shortly after, a bomb is dropped on the location of the Russian soldier via drone, and the soldier loses his life. A kamikaze drone crashed into the ruins where a group of Russian soldiers were hiding. 3 Russian soldiers lost their lives. A Ukrainian MiG-29 jet screaming through the skies, locking onto a Russian military base deep in the occupied Kherson region. With pinpoint precision, guided by the sharp eyes of the 34th Coastal Defense Brigade, the strike hits hard, obliterating key targets in a fiery explosion. A fiber optic drone belonging to Ukrainian forces managed to infiltrate Russian positions. The drone searched the position for Russian soldiers, but, failing to find any, targeted and destroyed the generator used by Russian soldiers. Ukrainian forces first destroyed a T-72 tank, then detected an unmanned ground vehicle and destroyed it with a kamikaze attack. Here in Lugansk, Ukrainian FPV drones continue their attacks, relentlessly detecting Russian military equipment and vehicles. As the war continues to evolve, one thing has become clear. The Russian advance along the front line is slowing down dramatically. Across hundreds of kilometers, their troops are struggling to make progress, constantly intercepted by Ukrainian defensive lines and relentless drone attacks. Ukrainian forces have transformed drone warfare into a decisive advantage. FPV and reconnaissance drones now dominate the battlefield, identifying, tracking, and striking Russian positions before they can regroup or mount an assault. Every movement, every convoy, and even individual soldiers crossing open terrain are being watched from above. At this stage of the war, it's not just about territory. It's about endurance and innovation. And Ukraine's mastery of drone warfare is redefining what modern combat looks like on the 21st century battlefield.